As a yellow belt in karate, I know a thing or two about the streets. I once wrestled a granola bar out of a woman's hands, and she stood zero chance of retrieving it. I know violence where it's made, in the heart. So UFC 268 is upon us, and I have thoughts.
The power is within us. We can make this better. Forget divide and conquer. Weather the storm together.
So these are my guaranteed predictions for UFC 268. I have roughly a 60% success ratio over on Tapology. And it's not very high, admittedly, but often I pick who's going to win by who looks meaner in their pictures. And it works sometimes. So I know what I'm doing. So let's just start from the main event and then work our way down to the scrubs who should be cleaning my yellow belt. Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington. That was a tough one. The first one, I felt like it wasn't that close. People are like, oh, Colby would have won that fight if he didn't get knocked down. I don't know, man. I saw they were both landing equally, but every time Usman lands something, it looks like it would hurt. It would be so annoying to get punched in the face by him. Everything is just so stiff. It's like running full force with a stiff-ass arm. And it's like, ow, fuck off. He also has that champion aura that just like, that guy's never gonna lose unless he chooses to. But Colby also has this era of arrogance, determination, grit, and American Trump-like intelligence. Colby changed up his whole team. I don't know, man. His new coaches, I never heard of them. It feels like he found them in a Walmart directory. I don't know how top level they are, but they're gurus to him. I like Colby though. A lot of people give him shit for the trash talk. It's kind of funny at times. It's a little cringy sometimes, but whatever. He speaks his mind and he knows the truth about what's happening in our world right now with crazy illnesses that may or may not exist. No need to speak about that. The YouTube algorithm certainly wouldn't prevent you from speaking your mind on anything. We're free. It's a free country, free world, pretty much. So I'm kind of rooting for Colby. I hope he wins, but I also wouldn't mind Usman continuing his dominance and just proving like I'm the best. GSP, you coming back? I'll knock you in the dick. So my prediction is Colby changes things up a notch, goes for a single dip under the knee, gets rejected. Usman stiff jab to the neck. I'm thinking he survives the neck punch into the second round, and then I don't know if he makes it out of the second round. Usman stops him in the second with a knee breaker, with his elbow lock knee breaker. When it comes to Rose Namajunas, that's how you pronounce that, by the way, and Zhang Weili, I don't know, man. I was leaning Zhang in the first fight, and it didn't go very long, and Zhang has too many excuses. I don't like it. It changes every week. It's like, oh, the crowd was shouting, Weidman broke his leg and made me fuck. That was like, wow, God, that's gross. And so when Rose threw her leg at me, I was like, is it broken in the air already? I couldn't think to stop it. Too many excuses. Then she shaved her head. Like, oh, Rose shaved her head. If I shave, cutting your hair makes you lose all your power. It's in the Bible, I think. Was that it? The guy, Samson, is he in the Bible? It's been a while since I read it. I was really looking forward to Zhang just dominating for a while and then moving up to face Shevchenko. China versus Russia. That would have been so fun, but it was so nice to have a Chinese champion. Am I the only one who thinks like, when I think of martial arts, I think of Asian people, like karate masters and Bruce Lee, and there's like no Asian champions ever. And she was like the first, I think, maybe? Don't quote me on that. But it was like, oh, there it is. Martial arts to the roots. So I was hoping for her, but she's gonna get knocked out in the dick. I feel like this fight goes two ways. Rose again just stops her, like quickly, she's too freaky the way she moves. She does this twisty bounce thing, and it's like, are you gonna attack or stop leaping at me? She's a cat. Or Zhang just dominates and wrestles and clinch. You got the Henry Cejudo clinch against the cage. So I'm leaning Rose. First round knockout with a punch. She's gonna fake the kick that knocked her out. It's like, oh, this is coming again. No. Yeah. When it comes to Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler, this could be Like, you know how you see these fights sometimes and guys are just back and forth and you know they're both gonna die in 10 years because of it? I hate those fights. People are cheering like, what a fight, this is great. It's like, move your head away from the punches sometimes. Fighters, try to live. Try to support your grandchildren one day. I have never felt more guilty about watching a sport than this one. This is the only sport I follow, and it's just the deadliest one. It's like, I'm paying to help you guys. I hope you're okay. How do you do this? Who wants to fight in a cage? Is there lions? There should be a lion in there to help you. Michael Chandler was so close to capturing UFC gold. I thought he was gonna do it. He's like, oh my God, I knocked him down and just finish him off. And then his chin, he's been punched too many times. So just a little left hook, little stab in there, just put him right out. So he almost had it. Can he build himself back up? I feel like he's mentally tough, but Gaethje throws leg kicks like demons do. And Chandler has been kicked in the calf before. We saw the floppy foot thing. He almost won still. He was like hopping around on one. He did the Karate Kid thing, I think. Don't rewind it. I have no idea who's gonna win this fight. Logic says Justin Gaethje probably has enough tools in the shed to stop Chandler, but Chandler has the American spirit. He could come back. I'm leaning Gaethje. Decision? Bunch of leg kicks. Crippled Chandler still fighting back. 4th round, he almost stops Gaethje with some counter shit. And then, no, not enough. Judge decision. Shane Burgos versus Billy Quarantilo? How is that on the main card? Who the hell are those people? I remember Shane Burgos, he died in the ring. That was the weirdest shit. He got punched or kicked, I forget, and then he's like, that really hurt. My body is stopping now. I'm gonna go to sleep. And it was when he fell back and hit his head on the cage, that's when he knocked his own ass out. That was the weirdest shit. He was like, I'm dying. Bam. I don't know who this Quarantilo guy is. He sounds like a made-up character in this whole weird world we live in. Billy Quarantine. I help your family live through illnesses. I don't know about that, Quarantino. I'm leaning towards Shane just never being the same neurologically again, and him just running face first into a front kick on purpose, and then delayed dying again. 1st round. Frankie Edgar is back. First, Marlon Vera. You know, I don't put Vera very high on my list of people who could kill me, but Frankie seems like he's hanging on too long. It's not gonna happen. He was champ, it was amazing, but he'll never feel that excitement again. Stop reaching for it. No matter how many divisions you sink down into, maybe flyweight, but even then, I feel like Figueiredo, that's his name. He'd knock him right out. And Brandon Morena, is that his name? He'd kill him. Frankie's been in too many wars, in my opinion. He's very hittable. And he's been hit so many times by like hard-hitting people. It's not a good combination. And I don't know about Vera. I think Frankie can win this fight. I think he will. I'm put it down. Frankie, decision, split decision, a robbery, if you will. But Frankie pulls it out. Good for you. All right, let's just skim through the prelims, see if we have anything exciting. Alex Pereira, is that the guy that knocked out Adesanya back in the day? Is that him making his debut? If it is, then 1st round knockout. I can't even tell from the picture. If it's not him, he loses by a 1st round knockout. Ally Aquinta, the realtor, versus Bobby Green. Evenly matched. Aquinta doesn't fight very often, and he sells houses, haunted houses to people, families, and that's bound to bring you some bad karma. I think he wins the fight though. Bobby Green's good. He's like, when you see him fight, he's like, wow, that guy would kill anybody, but then he doesn't. He just doesn't. So he's not as good as you think he could be. Ally Aquinta, 2nd round decision. I changed it. He's not going to finish Bobby Green. I don't remember Philip Hawes versus Chris Curtis. I don't know about y'all, but I watch UFC for the stories behind the fighters, the personalities, and that's, to me, it's more exciting to see two people fight, even if it's a boring fight, but I know what's at stake here. Just as a quick example, when GSP tore his ACL, he was a dominant champion for years, and then he tore his left and tore his right. The next year, he's out for 2 years. And then Carlos Condit's the interim champ. He's knocking people's heads off, and then GSP's back. Will he ever be the same? Oh my God, and they're fighting, and I was sweating. I was so nervous for that fight. I'm shaking. I'm Canadian here. I'm like, oh my God, is he getting... And then it was like, he got the head kick. I'm like, oh God, no. And he survived it. I'm like, wow. Like, that kind of shit, the story. But then you get like these fights that are like fight of the year, but it's between two guys you don't know. I don't know, man. UFC needs to do a better job promoting these guys and building the story up, because I don't know who the hell Philip Hawes is. He's blonde. You're not blonde Brunson, that's for sure. I'll make a video Sunday after UFC 268 with my thoughts on the fights, and I'll show you my predictions, what I got right and what I got wrong. So I will hold myself accountable. I'll make all, because I don't know who the hell these guys are right now. Edmund Shabazian, he should win. He'll win first round knockout. Ian Garry, oh my God. I never heard of Ian Garry until I watched the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, and I watched his interview, and it was great, and he seems like the most confident guy. Like, he'll beat champion in 3 fights max. So I'm going first round knockout for sure. Ian Garry all the way. The responsible Conor McGregor. All the talent, none of the trash talking, none of the fun, but just pure dominance and responsibility. No whiskey. Early prelims, you lost me at Gian Vellante. He's on the, just no. I won't even watch that on Fight Pass. I won't even pirate that thing. So it should be a fun night of fights. I'm looking forward to the card. Buy it. I used to pirate the thing. I'd wait till the next day, torrent it. It's like, yeah, I'm getting away with it. You're just taking money out of the fighters' pockets. I had a realization one day. I was like, I gotta pay for this. I started just donating to the fighters. I'm like, okay, if a fighter excites me and makes me proud, I'm gonna donate. You know how dumb fighters are? None of them have fucking PayPals. I couldn't donate. One time I remember looking, I think it was the Diego Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno. I was like, wow, what a fight. My God, those guys are both getting $20. Easy. I couldn't find a way to donate to you morons. So get a PayPal account on your Twitter. Just donate if you feel like it. Like, people will give you money and you have no way for them. Morons. So I started buying them. I actually pay now. And I feel good. I got my Fight Pass subscription. And then I pay for every pay-per-view, even the last one. 267 wasn't free in Canada. What the hell? And I was debating that one. I was like, they said it was free. I shouldn't have to pay, but I did pay. And it feels good. It feels good. You're not getting anything. You're still cheating yourself. So pay for it. Don't pirate it. Don't stream it. Get your mom's money. Just steal money out of her purse. You get karma for that too. So let me know your guaranteed predictions down below, and thank you for watching the video and thumbing it up. Subscribing is fun. Some people like that. I'm gonna go.